Hello and welcome to one more video. I was trying to do this as a live stream on TikTok, but TikTok is not letting me live stream yet because I think my account is pretty new and I have to go through some authorizations and stuff. So I decided to record this video. I want to make another one of my little talismans here and I'm going to show what they are. So I started making this because of this one. This was the very first one. It's a chakra keychain talisman kind of thing. And I made this thing with some like gemstones, like crystal beads kind of thing. These are natural stones. I have a friend that is an artisan and he makes like jewelry from like stone beads and stone, like polished stones and stuff like that. And I asked him like, hey, can we make this thing? And I showed him like a little sketch, a little example of what I wanted, and he kind of showed me how to do it, and then I did it with his help. And after that, I started doing more and more of those. The second one I made is actually not here, is the one that we are going to make today, or rather remake, because I messed up in it a little bit. It's a planetary, like astrological one, and I have like beads for all of the planets, the sun, the moon. However, I forgot Pluto. I had made this one before, but then I had a little problem with the string and I had to kind of remake it because what was it again? Oh yeah, I remember. It's because I didn't put like this little bead dividing the moon from the earth bead. And I wanted to put it there, so I cut it out and I made it again, but then I forgot to put Pluto back in its place. So I have an extra bead in here and I'm going to like cut this one and remake it because I messed up when I was fixing it. I messed up, so I have to fix it again. But let me show you the ones I already have here before we start, and I show you the things I'm going to use. So I made this one with my friend for the chakras, and once I made this one, I started using it just as a keychain. And then I once used it on a meditation that I was focusing on each chakra using some how do we call it, some frequencies, like sound frequencies specifically for each chakra. So I would go holding each bead, kind of like praying, but mostly meditating and focusing on each chakra. And that was so amazing. That was so powerful that it became part of my practice. And then I started having ideas to make other ones of these. I have one here for the Sabbath, so these little opaline beads represent the moons, and then I have one bead for each Sabbath. I have this one for the elements, and each one has a little charm at the end of something that I think fits the idea. So this one has a lotus flower. The Sabbath one, the like wheel of the year one, has the triple moon with a pentacle. I have a pentacle on the elements one and one bead for each element. I have this one that is for protection, where I put like black and white, so transparent beads. And I have the tree of knowledge, or maybe the tree of fortune, depends on what you practice and what you believe in. And then most recently I made those two. Right when I was trying to fix this one, I made those two, and I didn't fix this one properly. So this one is more for love and self-love, mostly for self-love and self-care. So I have like a lot of reds, a little bit of a brownish red, and pinks, obviously. A lot of pinks. And then I have this one that I made for like general luck in like business and financial luck kind of thing. So I have a lot of greens and gold beads between them because that kind of represents abundance for me. Gold and green are abundance. So these are the ones I have, and of course the planetary one, which is mostly like an astrological one, even though I have the earth here, and we can argue that the earth is not exactly like a symbol that is on the chart, but I mean, I decided to make the whole system. It kind of represents me. And the charm at the end is my solar sign. Okay, so let's destroy this and remake it. I do want to do this in a way that I don't lose track of the beads that I have here. But actually, oh, forget what I just said. I kind of have a drawing that I made. I'm going to put it here on the side of my computer so that if I work on this one and I kind of mess up a little bit, I can go back and reference which is the order that I chose for the beads. And this is another thing. The beads I chose here, most of them, I look at the color correspondence. There are a lot of beads in here that I look at the actual crystal correspondence, but I mostly care about color. Color is very important to me. So in a lot of them, I'd rather get a stone that is the right color than worrying about find the exact crystal that has that correspondence. I feel like color is more powerful to me, so I use color more often than the actual symbolism of the crystal. But if we think about it, like most of the crystals have a symbology and a correspondence that is very closely related to their color, so it kind of works. So I have like on the self-love one, I have rose quartz. In here I have like some like onyx and lava stone and lavakite. I think that's the name of this one. So I have some of the actual correspondence for crystals, but I mostly care about color. So that's the choices I made. I'm going to put this one like here to the sides. And let's do this. Let me cut it out. I will try not to lose any beads in this process and to keep like this order here, although I have my reference right at this side so that I don't change the order that I had defined before. Let me take the charms and my little, I don't know how to call this, like these little metal circles, whatever they are. I'm going to be using waxed thread to do that because it's just, I don't think it's very, when I knot them, the knot stays in place. I just like it. So I think I usually get like double or more than double the size that I actually need, because I'm going to show you now. Because this waxed thread that I have here, it's kind of thick for my beads. They have like just a tiny little hole in them. It's kind of hard to pass these using the method that I'm using to knot the ends. So what I do is I kind of disassemble, unroll, I just separate because this thick one is like two together, so I just disassemble them. And I don't have any other amulet to do now. Oh, talisman. I'm sorry. I always confuse the names. It's not an amulet. It's a talisman. I don't have any other talisman to do now, but usually I can do two with the piece of thread that I cut. These things are very well waxed. You can see like the wax coming out. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's coming out as I unroll these two smaller threads, and it can get a little bit difficult, but it's possible. Okay, got it. Nice. Okay, so here it is. First thing I do is put my charm, the end one, and I knot it because I want it to stay like very, I hope I didn't make it too small because I need to do a few knots on both ends. So I knot it to keep it in place when I put the beads, and I try my best to keep it symmetrical because I have this tendency to cut the thread smaller than it actually should be. So if I don't, can you see what I did here? It's a little bit off, just a little bit, but it's okay. But sometimes I cut it too, I knot it too short on one side, and that messes up everything. It didn't happen this time, so we were okay. I give 2 or 3 knots. I like the number 3, so I usually do 3, but 2 is enough. I would argue 1 is enough, but I like the 3, so I do 3. So it's knotted, and I keep those 2 sides together, and now I'm going to cut it and pray to the spirits that it's not too small in the end of things. Okay, so there we go. So I have, first of all, a blue gold stone or star stone. In here we call it star stone sometimes, but it's blue gold stone. It's a synthetic stone. It's not like natural, but I like the sheen. It looks like little stars, so it kind of fits the theme of this one. So I don't mind. I don't mind things that are man-made. Okay, I just like to know if they are natural or if they are man-made. This one is man-made, but I like it. Okay, and between each bead I have like these little metallic ones that are silver, so I'm going to use those between each bead. I don't remember at the top of my head what are each crystal here, so I'm not going to tell you that because I don't remember. I have to research on notes or like ask this friend of mine who uses this a lot. So I don't know. Some of them I do know because I just have other crystals from those, but some of them I just don't. I should know this yellow one because it's like I use this in a lot of the other ones, but I don't remember. Okay, this one that I chose for Mercury, it's Dalmatian something. Jasper? Dalmatian Jasper, something like that. And English is not my primary language, so some of these stones, if I say a name that you don't recognize, it's probably because I'm translating from what it is in my language. So it might not be the name in English, might not be a perfect translation. So bear that in mind. Let me see here. And sometimes it's hard to put both of the threads through the beads, but it's possible because I'm using the exact same thread that I was using here, so we just have to be a little bit patient. Okay, this one is maybe carnelian, maybe a dyed agate, I'm not sure. From afar I was thinking it was red jasper, but it's not. I have one red jasper here, and I think it's the only one I have. And this one, I think it's Imperial something. Again, I might be super off in the name because some of those I just know the name in my language and the translation might not be like a perfect translation. They might have very different names in English, but we call it Imperial something. I don't know if it's Imperial Jasper or Imperial... I honestly don't remember. Okay, another metallic one. This one is Howlite. That's what I'm using for the moon because of the color. I mostly look at the color because visual for me is more important than anything else. So if visually it represents what I want it to represent, that's what I'm going with. Okay. Now I have, this one is a dyed agate. It has a nice pattern on it. I don't know if you can see it. It kind of looks like fire is consuming it from the inside. That's why I chose this one for Mars. Okay. Great. Okay, I took it off. Okay, after the metallic one, we have Jupiter, and I'm using it's called wood jasper, or something like that. Might have another name in English, but I chose this one for Jupiter because I decided to use Tiger's Eye for Saturn. I feel like it represents Saturn better visually for me. The Tiger's Eye, yeah, there it is. So I was originally thinking about Tiger's Eye for Jupiter, but then I decided against it because I prefer it to be a Saturn stone. Not like a Saturn stone, but representing Saturn in this specific talisman I'm making. And I have this like little circular thing that I can use like for the rings of Saturn. This is not metal, it's plastic. I just painted it with some gold ink to be closer to what I wanted. I could not find a... Where is my Tiger's Eye stone? I just lost it. I was saying that I couldn't find a circle like this in metal around here, so I decided to go for the plastic one that I could find, and it was really hard to find this one, so I just painted it. And now I don't know where my Tiger's Eye went. I'm going to look for it in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm getting crazy. It was here the whole time. I was just not seeing like the little shiny thing that it has. So I thought it was another stone. It's my Tiger's Eye. I was almost going crazy. Where did it go? But here it is. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky to put the thread through this second hole, but you get the hang of it. Okay, now I'm going to put this one. Oh, and now I'm just noticing that I may not have another one of these little ones. Okay, that's going to be problematic. That's really going to be bad if I don't have another one of these. So I have to redo this without it. Yeah, that's not gonna go well. Okay, so now I'm going to put, this is labradorite, just the blue part of it. Wait, I think this one is first, this super light blue one. Oh no, it's not, it's this one. I'm right. Okay, good. Then I can put this one. Then the light blue one. Yes, I don't have another tiny metallic bead. I'm gonna have to find one to finish this. And then this one, it's lavakite, and I'm using it in the place of Pluto. And I needed another one of this. Let me see if I can find an extra one around here. Yes, I found it. It was the last one. I have a bunch of bigger ones like this one here. They are considerably bigger, but I needed the small one and I found one. Let's put it here. Did I just lose it in the floor? I did. Let me get it. Okay, I got it. Let me be careful this time around. Got it. And then the last one is another one of the blue goldstone that looks like a starry night. There it is, and I just have a tiny little bit of thread left, which is a problem because I have to give it 3 knots at the end with this little like circle thing that I don't know the name in English. Okay, I think it's possible. Wait. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Got it. I don't have matches or a lighting like fire thing now, but what I would do is I'm going to cut it, this little bit that is remaining short, and put some fire to seal it. And then I have another one ready to put into my like collection. Let's call it a collection of beads here. And yes, I carry every one of these like hanging from my bag all of the time. I like them. I feel like protected. I feel safer. I don't know how to explain it. I just like carrying them around. So that's it. That's how I make my little like talismans for a variety of stuff that I want to. I hope you like this video. If you make some of your own, maybe tag me on Instagram or TikTok or whatever place you do it. My handles are all on the description, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.